blossom, you must be an apple bud. I don't know if you heard me. I'll say hello, hello, apple bud. Does that sound male?
What was that name?
Is that an expression? Is that an expression? Apple?
No, an apple bud. Do you know an apple bud?
No.
You know, it's only a flower, but it's a bit more than a flower.
Okay.
Yeah. But it sounds male. We sound like cherry blossoms and you sound like an apple bud.
Okay.
So, how are you,
Right.
Javinda?
I'm very good, ma'am. I'm very good. How are you?
Good. Yeah.
Great. That's great.
Done with
Sorry
your
for
classes
missing.
the day?
Sorry?
Ma'am?
No, I was asking Devinda if he's done with the classes for the day.
Yeah. Yes. I've done with the so many
Busy day
classes.
for you.
Very much. These
That
days I'm
says
very
everything,
busy.
right?
His
I'm
voice,
working.
we can make it out with his voice, yeah.
Every day I woke up at 5:30 a.m. every day.
Oof.
Is it?
Fine.
And then you finish work at what time?
Sorry, ma'am?
Do you finish late also?
Yes, at 6:30.
Devinda has his classes at 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yes, yes.
I could not do that.
Kudos to the
Devinda.
trainer and the candidates who would wake up for a class. at 6.
I could
Oh,
not
yes.
do that.
They are very disciplined.
I mean, you definitely are. Otherwise, how can you make it by 6? My God, I can't even think about it.
Definitely.
Understood.
Now I changed a little bit their schedule also. Like I have shifted their morning batch to the evening one. I have merged 2 batches.
Wow, okay. That's
Yeah.
good. That's why you've been extra busy.
Oh yes, ma'am. Very busy. And I have started a part-time job as well.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. There I would work for like from 8 to 2:30 in the afternoon.
And what are you doing for that part-time
Yeah.
job?
Yeah, IELTS trainer. I'm teaching IELTS and spoken English.
So you're doing spoken English online?
It's not online. It's offline. Students come there. And at home, yes. I have one student online as well, and some I attend at home.
So how many students do you have all together?
At home, I have 12.
Oh, whoa.
Wow. Do you teach them in group, Davinder?
Sorry. Yes, ma'am.
Is it a group class?
Yes, ma'am. It is, yes, a group class. So one group for the IELTS and one group another for the spoken ones.
Wow.
12. How long are your sessions? Are they 30 weeks or 20 weeks or?
I haven't make any kind of like schedule for them for like real plan for them how many weeks they are required. Actually, their bases were very I can say low. They have started from 4.5, and it, it it was kind of task for them as well to be improving at the time. And recently in the mock test, one or two of them got 6 and 6.5 overall. So it was really a task from like pull them from 4.5 to 6 and 6.5.
Wow. And so you have 12 and then your part-time one, how many students do you have?
In the part-time one, there are 4 students.
Well, that keeps you busy. Good on you, Devinda.
Yeah, yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Now, how do they find you? Because of your advertising? You've got some great advertising skills.
Yeah, thank you. Well, yeah, it's a source also, but I think word of mouth has been doing a great job, I think, and like references are much better source of getting new students. Like students talk with each other and they find out about me, so they reach me.
All right. Okay, well, that's great. Good for you.
Yes, yes. I have missed, I think, 2 or 3 sessions. Right?
What's that?
I missed, I think, 2 or 3 sessions of GIT, I think.
You missed 2 or 3 sessions.
Sessions
Oh,
of GIT, yeah.
yeah. Last week it was the one before. It was Saumiyah on her reading. That was really great.
Okay.
Before that, I
Do I
don't know.
blush again?
No, you did really well. It was good. Did you watch the video?
Yes, I did. I did.
Yeah, you
I
did.
told you, like,
great.
I love the part where we are laughing and talking to each other.
Oh,
I haven't watched the video yet. I think I'll do it this week sometime.
great.
Hap-
Well, I tell you who wants to do it in a fortnight. What? Fatima.
Okay.
Fatima. Isami. Oh, I forgot his last name.
Oh,
Imani. Imani.
Imani, yeah, Imani. Yeah.
Yeah. So she asked if she could do the
ah.
next one. I think it's
Wow.
speaking. Yeah. So definitely, Neha. That will be awesome.
Yeah, great. So
Thank
Fatima, so today Saumiyah and
Irum.
Irum,
Yeah.
both of you are doing the
Yes.
session, is it? Like
Yes.
Irum is also doing with you,
Yes,
listening?
yes.
Great.
Like, I'll start with the introduction part and just explain some do's and don'ts.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time she'll join and take up the question types.
Okay.
That's what we have planned on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to listen on to her session as on how she does, because
Okay. She has
take
a
the
very long
name of
life.
the not the devil got short, and the person is here.
Correct.
How are you?
Hi Irum, how are you?
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's able to talk. She did tell me she has some class and she'll have to
Okay.
manage with like coming in, and then she'll see when she can talk. But she said, yeah, by 50 she gets free. So I
Okay.
think she is free now.
All right.
Okay. So your viewing screen.
So I shared. Oops.
Eh? Who's
I shared the screen because you wanted the screen shared, yeah?
yeah,
but
but
share your
not
screen, Maria.
this is your screen.
You should stop
Oh,
sharing.
yeah. I put it
That's
on.
okay. That's okay.
Okay, it's on multiple participants. So away you go, both of you.
So you go to the participants, you click on participants.
Yeah, I put multiple just to be.
Okay, everybody
Okay,
can
okay.
share now? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Have kept it for a punch, listening to a band 9, so that
Oh, wow.
people
Yay.
can feel it, like feel it to it's easy to get that, and definitely we should try for that. So I've just started with few things, as in what are the okay, shall I start?
Yeah.
Fine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I've just kept is like first step, they do have a difficulty as in like what is it about, what it is going to be. So I don't explain them as like part one, how many speaker, part two, how many speaker, because that's not the whole thing. When you're listening to something, I ask them to listen to it as if as of a story, or as of two people talking to each other on a particular topic, and you have to listen to it as it what's happening or what is being talked about. So just relax and listen to it and see if you're able to follow each and everything that they say. Like, it's not really important to read each and everything that's over there. I first tell them to just get okay with the accents or the audio, as in what they are saying, and are you able to hear those words clearly and the whole sentences as in what they are speaking about. So that's what I wrote as a first step, as in familiarize yourself with different accents. So that for that I suggest them to use some of the videos. Even I send them videos on a weekly basis from Master Chef Australia, or Jordan Photography, or Ellen DeGeneres. I keep on sending them random videos in order to just let them listen to that. And sometimes I ask them to send me a new word that you learned from that video. So it's like those videos are helping them to familiarize with different accents, at the same time helping them to learn a new word. So that's going to come in handy when they go for the speaking session. So this is what I do with them, as in accent, familiarizing with accent. So I've written some podcast, YouTube shorts. The word I meant by YouTube shorts is usually when you have a YouTube video, it's long enough and people might not have enough time to sit and listen to it. So what I suggest them is there's something called shorts, and when you click on it, it's just for like few seconds. It's not even a minute. It's mostly just few seconds, and you get to listen to some conversation for few seconds. So keep on listening to some shorts that you have subscribed for the YouTube channels. Like if you have subscribed to some of the channels, you can definitely listen to the shorts that they have, and they are very short and easy to go through. So even if they get a break and they want to just go through some conversation, they can just go to the shorts and just play them. It's easy for them. And then a few names that I've written is All Ears English. So that's something even Maria told me, and I happened to see that. Then IELTSpodcast.com, that has got a good podcast. Then Lingua Marina is another channel which has got really good content over there. And then I've written some names. So I'll just go to the slide 2, where I have written the second step as do's and don'ts. So the first thing is confusion with words and numbers. I do tell them that 32 is a number and will never be counted as a word unless we write 32. So along with this, it's like two things being explained. A word with hyphen is considered as one word. Secondly, 32 as in number is just a number, and the other one is word. I have explained that. And then the rule, 2 words and or number. So I've just put some examples and what's valid and what's not valid. So it's really important when it comes to the complete the sentences to tell them that if it's a 2 words and a number, what options does it include and what options it doesn't include. So it's like if you write something as, I think that's written over there on the screen, 22 books. So that's one number, one word, it's valid. Two words and one number, that's again valid. If I write just one number, that's valid. But if I write 2 numbers as in 12 and 15, that's not valid because it's or a number. So that's something that again we explain for the sentence completion part. Am I going fast? No, right? Okay. Because it's just the trainers in front of us, so we definitely have
You're going
feeling,
great, don't worry.
Okay. So what I've written next is the capitalization part. I suggest my students to write all caps for reading and listening. So you don't really have to worry about the capitalization rule, at least for the reading and listening. Just write them all in caps, and you can just be tension free that you won't lose marks just because of the capitalization issue. That's what I tell them. And if someone has to know what the rules are, I do make them sure that weekdays and month, first letter of a sentence, titles, name of place, people, etc., proper noun, then acronym. haven't really included all the rules of capitalization, because that doesn't really comes under the speaking and reading. I mean, sorry, reading and listening. The word I, that has to be capital all the time. There are many rules, but I just tell them the ones that comes in reading and listening, so that they can be just on ease and they can know that what they have to be on. Most of my candidates really write everything in capital letter. I tell them to start right from the beginning to do that, so that by the end when they are doing it, they are very pretty comfortable with that. So that's what we do. Then I have written something about the singular versus plural. That's a common mistake that many candidates make. You hear a word as in book and you write them books, or if you hear books and you write them book, that really counts and just cuts a complete marks. The whole answer is wrong. So I do explain them that either you get the audio proper, you like listen to it properly and get the word correct, or use a hint that's there over the question or on the screen. So that's something as the words which is before the blank. I'll just write it down what I just meant. Sometimes when we have things like are, and then we have the blank. So definitely if it's supposed to be a word as a noun or something, so it's giving a hint as in that's plural. So sometimes these hints work. After are, you'll definitely not write book. It's definitely going to be books. So these things sometimes make you guess the answer or understand that you have made a mistake and you can correct it, or else just listen to the audio properly and get the singular and plural correct. So are, and, so I'll tell them the article thing. Even articles help you to understand what kind of word has to supposed to be there. Like if there is a word that starts with vowel, you'll definitely know that what is the word that comes before it. If it's a consonant, then you definitely know which is the article that comes before it. So these are the hints to make sure that you write the word correctly, or even let you know that you have made a mistake. So this word is not supposed to be the right answer. Now, the next point that I've made is spelling mistakes. So not every time as in I correct them the spellings while they are doing it. So what I just tell them is, like, once you have completed all your parts, check your answers, and then when we come across the wrong mistakes, wrong spellings, write them again. Write them again so that you make sure that you know the right spelling now. Other than that, I suggest some Telegram group. So I've just written the name of the group over here. That's IELTS Cambridge Books Reading Synonyms. There's a group over there where you have a list of words. It's all about reading words and the synonyms, but these words are almost the same words that we come across the listening. It's like I make them read it. So this way they're learning some word to use synonyms while they write stuff. They are learning the meaning of many new words. At the same time, they are looking for the spelling. So all the purpose are being covered in that one particular group. So that's how I manage with the mistake, spelling mistake stuff. And then what I've just written is, like, when it comes to listening to an audio, I do tell them that you train your brain. So it's like, if you keep on rewinding it, or just move forward or pause or do anything, you're telling your brain that, okay, if you don't get it for the first time, you still have a chance. I mean, the honor is going to give you another chance to go through it. So if you don't do that, you're definitely training your brain that you have to get it for the first time. So if I don't take part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4 all together, instead I make sure that I take part 1 separately. And once I have done enough practice over the part 1, that's when I go for the part 2. So what I just make sure is 1 to 10 questions is what you're planning to do. Then play it all together, as in do not pause in between, do not rewind it. Once you have completed it, get your answers checked with me or someone else, so that you don't get to know the right answer, and just the other person should tell you if the answer is right or wrong. And once you get that, you're going to play that audio again to get the right answer. So it's like I do make them listen to the audio until they get it right, but not as in rewinding or just like going over the same question again and again. So this practice does make their what do you say, their concentration towards the accent or familiarity towards the accent better, as in they are listening to those audios again and again, and they come to know that what was the mistake or where did they miss it, what was the exact word they missed it, or why did they get it wrong. So that's a practice that we do when we are listening to an audio. So part one separately, and then the different question type, and then the different question type, and part 4 is always kept separate because all the 10 questions will be played all at once. So that's what I've done in that case. Then what did I write? Okay, never leave a question blank. Definitely there is no negative marking on a wrong answer, as in you get negative marking or something. So just don't do that. We always have a guess. We can always have a guess by the words that surrounds it, and we heard the audio. So give it a guess and just write it down. It can be wrong or it can be right. There is no point in leaving it blank. So that's what I tell them for any sentence completion or any other question. Now, when it comes to MCQ, I ask them to eliminate answers. If they feel like they haven't heard it properly or they didn't really get the right answer, there are the wrong ones that you heard it and you felt it is wrong. So when you're sure about the wrong ones, you still have a better option on selecting the one that you haven't heard. And most of the time, the answer is correct. So eliminate them if you didn't get the right answer or if you feel like you're going to leave it blank. So that's what I have done. I think, yeah, since we have discussed, I discussed it with Irum, as in she'll start with the question types. I'll just end it over here as in an introductory part. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Oh, is that Fatima?
It's Irum.
Hi, good evening,
Oh,
Irum.
I'm so sorry.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Neha. Who is
Hi,
with
hi.
me?
Hi, good evening.
Where did you get Fatima from?
You know,
Fatima.
I saw a message of Fatima just now on my
Oh,
screen.
yeah.
That's the reason I thought like Fatima joined and it's her voice.
Oh.
Okay, so who is with me? Is that Saumiyah? I know only Saumiyah. So if you don't mind, I want you to tell your name and one adjective that starts with your name that best describes you. For instance, I'm Irum, and the best adjective for my name would be inspiring, Irum. So I want you now to tell me who is with me. Please. I want to know who is with me.
Come on, Devinda, waiting for you. Cherry Blossom.
Hello, Adam.
Yes.
I think I have pronounced your name in the correct manner.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
It's okay. I'm used to it now. Some people call me Irum, whatever. No, I'm used to it. Okay.
I will say Narinder Singh, dedicated, I think.
Dedicated. Okay. Yes. Who else is with me?
Hi, Irum. Neha this side.
Yes, continue.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi, Irum.
Yes.
I think
Hello,
Neha.
Soumiyah, Marianne. Hello, Neha. Hello, everybody else. Davinda and Irum. Shasati, I think. I'm Tima. How are you?
Good, Tima. It looks like you have just
Hello,
joined.
Fatima.
So Neha, what's
What?
the best adjective that you think that describes you?
I'd say noble, Neha.
Noble, Neha. Okay. Yes, please.
I will say generous, Neha.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can't go with G, so I have to pick for something that goes with my name. So she said, you said
Okay.
right. It has to be the first letter of my name. Right?
Yes.
Nice is a very an adjective that we don't prefer to use during IELTS, so I skipped nice.
Okay. Yes. Maria and Tima, I'm waiting for your adjectives.
Adjective
Saumiyah.
about you.
Who are you waiting for? Tima.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm here.
Come on, Tima.
I didn't understand what should I say? What was the question?
The question is simple. Tell your name. Also, one
Mhm.
adjective that starts with the first letter of your name that you feel best describes you. Like Neha said, she's noble Neha. So, who you are?
So let me think. Noble. Fatima.
Okay,
No,
I'll go
I-
until she thinks.
I can't remember any adjective.
That's what I said.
why.
I'll give you some time. Like buy some time.
Mhm.
I'll go until you think. I've
Okay,
got
okay.
3 and just the easy ones. So I can say like simple, sincere, smart. How's that?
Oh, nice. Simple and smart. Okay.
Irum?
Yes.
Okay, you're listening, right?
Yes, yes, I am.
Okay, now your turn, Tima.
Okay. Yeah, I can say I'm Tima and I am time bomb Tima.
Time bomb. Okay. 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 Now, what about Maria?
Okay, hi. Well, I'm Maria and I'm friendly, Maria.
Friendly.
Yeah, or affectionate or favorable and advantageous.
Maria, but it has to start with the first
Oh,
letter
with
of
my
your name.
name.
Yeah.
Masculine.
Wow.
Okay, so I'll say magical Maria. Okay.
Okay,
Wow.
thank you.
Okay. So I am with dedicated, noble, simple, smart, friendly, magical, and time bomb people today. So we are going to start now. By the way, adding information into whatever Saumiyah said. It's about listening. Maria, would you please share my screen?
Yeah, it's shared.
Is it?
Soumya, you'll have to stop
I have
sharing
to
for
stop
her
mine.
to start
Yeah,
sharing.
okay, okay. I stopped mine. Now you can share.
Oh, shall I start again?
No, it would be there. Since
Okay.
I stopped, she can share now.
All right.
Can I? Okay, you can see my screen now.
There you go. Yes.
Okay, I just made 2 slides, by the way, but I'll try to help you. When it comes to the word listening, what is your impression? What do you think about listening? Forget about IELTS listening, okay? Let's keep IELTS on one side. Don't think about the questions, the sections, the pronunciation. You just think, what is listening? What do we listen every day? When I say the word listening, what is your impression?
Can I go ahead and say something?
Yes, I want your participation, otherwise you will sleep. I want
Oh.
every participant here. I want everyone to participate. I want your 100% attention and 100% participation. If you will not speak, I'll nominate, because I know now who is with me. Noble Neha, Tima, Maria, Saumiyah. I know all of you. So I'll say your names in between. So active. So my question is, what is your impression when I say the word listening?
I think it's a skill of listening, basically, and where you don't form your own answers, but actually listen to the other person who's speaking.
why do we listen? Why do we listen, Neha, if that is you?
To
Why do we
understand,
listen?
the message or the information that's being provided to us.
Okay, Saumiyah, why do we listen? She said to understand, okay, to understand the speaker, right? So forget about IELTS. I said, don't think about IELTS. My question is just general listening. So we listen to understand. What else?
Yeah, definitely the conversation going on. So we listen to just, I think that's the same thing that I feel, like understand what the other person is saying.
Okay, what else?
And if I may add, we also listen to respond. So for example, now we are listening to you to respond to you.
Yes,
Makes
correct.
sense.
Okay, good. Yes, what else? Okay, what do we listen every day? What are the sounds that we listen every day? Is it all the time, people?
No.
No,
No. What do we listen?
we listen to a lot of sounds.
Such as?
Sound of
I have
water, for
been-
example.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you go out in nature, then you listen to the sound of the wind. It could be a lot of sounds.
Okay, so
Animals.
all this is listening. So listening is not all the time only understanding. Listening can be for the joy that you're listening music.
Yeah.
Okay, you are listening nature sound, as you said, the water sound, etc. You are listening to respond. You are listening to reply. This is our problem, that most of us listen with intent to reply, not intent to understand. We always listen that what will be our reply. But what is listening in IELTS now? Okay, I hope you can see my screen now. So what type of listening is involved in listening? How do you teach them listening? Do you directly, I liked your idea, Saumiyah, you said that you divide up into different sections. First, you let them prepare for section 1 only, then section 2, then section 3. Actually, the way that I feel is more effective is first let them know what is listening, because this is the first test. When they go to exam, the first test is listening. So sometimes their mind is not ready, sometimes exam panic, sometimes overexcited, sometimes overconfident, sometimes losing confidence. Anything can happen, because this is the first test. When they go to exam, they sit an exam, they should know in advance what type of situation is this, what will happen exactly, isn't it? So what are the things they should know? That you need to teach them top down and bottom up. Now what do I mean by this? This is what I believe, that you should first let them know about the situation. You said you are not telling them think like a story, but I do it a little bit differently. I tell them that be confident. The pattern of listening is always same. Till the time they're trying to understand that what is the situation, who is speaking, what they are talking about. They say this is the end of section 1. When they are trying to understand the type of question, it's a map completion, it's a plan completion, it's classification question type. Till the time they understand what to do, they say this is the end of section 2. Isn't it? Because they are not listening there to enjoy, they are listening there to find the answers correct. Correct me wherever, if you disagree, tell me. I want, what is my way? I let them know in advance first all the information, just kind of orientation to give them what will be in section 1 always, what do you expect, what is the prediction. So mental preparation, I believe, in listening is very important. Their mind should be ready. If their mind is not ready, they cannot find anything, even the accent. Maybe they're familiar to those accents, maybe they have listened a lot of YouTube videos, maybe they can differentiate the numbers and letters, everything, but because their mind is not ready, do you think they will be able to answer? Do you think?
What I actually meant by part 1 is when I make them go through the part 1, just before that, I explain everything about the part 1. I just meant is like, I don't
like
take
your
all
idea.
the things all
I like
together.
your idea, and this idea I will try. I don't mean that I'm disagree with you.
No, that's totally fine. You can just go with your method. I mean, like, we
Yeah.
definitely have different methods on doing.
Yes. So
That's totally fine.
what I believe is, if you will, this is, I will add, even I will try that, I will also divide up into sections instead of giving them the whole test. They need to be perfect in section 1. Okay, first all 10 answers correct, next all first 30 answers correct, they are already on 7 band score. So when they will reach section 4, it will become easy for them. Only 2 correct answers from section 4 can give them 7.5. I really love your idea to divide up the work into sections. Anyhow, but what I want you to, if you would agree, I want you to give them a little bit setting idea that what type of situation it will be in section 1, what they will expect, means what type of section, like it's a monologue, what usually they talk about. Okay, all this info. Also about bottom down, I want you to tell them about grammar. I liked your that point also, that you said you let them know that whether the word required is singular or plural. They should know about the grammar, they should know about the sound, that phonological, they should know that what is the word they are listening, because if their ears are not they don't have much exposure of listening a lot of English accents, they will not understand, they will not differentiate between it. I like your that point also. So I will go with your ideas here, that I want you to teach them bottom up and bottom down both. Let them know all the sections, so their mind should be ready. They should be confident that whatever is happening in the class, the same situation will be in exam. So they should not nervous, there shouldn't be any exam panic, that there will be something new, what they are expecting. No, they all know in advance when they go to exam. Agree? Any question? Tima? Tima? Are you there?
Hey, I'm here.
Okay. So do you agree whatever I said now?
Yeah, I'm agree. Sorry, I made my tea. I just arrived home from class and I made my tea for drinking. So
Okay.
I wasn't.
Okay. Did you say tea? You know, I'm a tea lover.
Yeah, I can say tea lover Tima too. Yeah.
Okay, fine. Where is Maria? Not
Yeah.
saying anything. Maria, are you there?
Oh, I'm listening to you. It's great.
So what do you say about my idea of this? Magical Maria?
Okay, what was your idea?
My idea was, first let them know what were all the sections about, what are all the sections about, what they are expecting. So mental preparation and IELTS listening is necessary. They should know what type of questions they are
Oh
expecting.
yeah, no, exactly. I'm sure everyone does that here, don't they? Do you all go over what is involved in each of the different sections?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Okay, now next is, so you will first tell them all about information about the sections, and then secondly, you will be telling about all the type of questions. So how many question types are there in listening, by the way? We have note completion, and then we have table completion. This is sentence completion. Probably Saumiyah was talking about sentence completion. So they have maybe chart or plan or diagram, etc. They have MCQs, multiple choice questions. They have classification question type. They also have a graph. They should be familiar with all type of questions before they go to exam, because if they don't know what to do here, let's say they have seen this type of question for the very first time, they didn't practice in the class or by themselves, and they will try to understand what to do. They will search where is the question, from where to start, from top to bottom, bottom to top, right to left, left to right, and then they say this is the end of section 2. So first thing, I'll say, first thing is, let them know about all the sections information, what do they expect in sections. Second thing, let them know all the type of questions. Okay, all question types. So when they are familiar with all question types, it's not surprising when they see any type of question, whether it is a plan or a map or a sentence completion. They know what to do. Their focus will be only on listening and writing the answers. Okay, another thing is when they listen, how do they listen? Just check. When even they are listening, it doesn't mean as a trainer you are free. When you're giving them listening test, you need to check how they are doing it. Now, what I notice is when I'm giving the test to the students for the very first time, they start searching the answer from question number 1. They're highlighting unnecessarily things like this. Okay. Now, audio starts from here, but they start looking here. They go ahead than audio. So that's why they miss many answers, because they don't go with the flow of audio. They want to go ahead than audio. Why? Because they're in panic. For every type of question, there is a different technique. And for every section, there is a different technique. Now, section 1 is very easy, very smooth. It's just like a mobile game. Section 1 very easy, 2 a little bit difficult, 3 more difficult, 4 will become the most difficult section for them. Okay, so explain them that stay with audio when you are on section 1. Don't go ahead than audio. Make all answers correct in section 1. Try to make it 10 by 10, because this is only finding specific words. Be ready that if this type of conversation is there, what do you expect? Now I'm asking you, you are sitting in exam, you have seen this question, okay? This is your test. Will you directly look at this question number? Yes or no?
No.
No, of course not. Why? Because the audio will start from here and you started from here. So you should always follow the audio flow. Now, let's say if you will start from here, what happens? Means why students go wrong from the very beginning? Because they follow the numbers. They don't see what is written and what is missing. So sometimes they write something that is already there. Now the question was, visit places which have, number 1, historical interest. Now in the audio, the person will say something like, now this student is expecting something good, a word that will be with the word good. So now in the audio, they are saying something, visit places which have good historical interest. Now that person, that student did not notice it was already there. He was just waiting something good. So he is writing historical interest again. Okay. Now in the audio, they said something like, and I'm just assuming a script. They said visit places which have good historical interest and shopping. Now with the word shopping, he didn't say good. He just said shopping. Now a student has written historical interest here. Then shopping will come here. So first answer is wrong. Second is also wrong. After writing this, they will immediately clap or jump to the third question without losing they will not focus what is written here. Okay, you understood my point. The point here I want to make is when you're sitting with the students and giving them the test, check how they are doing it. Do they follow? Don't tell them in advance that, okay, you should follow like this. You just check how do they do. You will notice many of them are doing like this. They just follow the question numbers because they believe that answers are in order. Really, answers are in order, but it's also something that is written there. Okay, they should also know what is the word, what is required in the blank. Is it a noun or a verb or adjective? Listen the whole thing, like group of how many people. So you're looking a number here. After 3, will you directly jump to question number 4? Will you directly jump to question number 4? No. You might have seen students turning the pages in panic. They feel when they give 30 seconds to read the questions, they try to read all 40 questions. And they cannot even read first 4. In every section, there is a time. In listening, there is a time to listen. There is a time to read the questions. So when 30 seconds is given to them, they try to read all. But if the section information is already clear to them, if they already know what type of questions are there, they will just focus on first 4 or 5 questions that are given in the instructions. Okay, this is how I am teaching my students. Then I tell them, okay, when you go to the next type of question now, yeah. Any question? Is there any question? Stop me if I go very fast, okay?
You're very normal pace.
Okay, now next is a table completion. I'll just explain the first part. Okay, next is now table completion. Now you see how do they listen? You need to check how do they listen, how do they read. Now if the questions, if you see the questions are written in row, first question is in the first row, second question is in the second row, third is in the third row, next there is no question, then question number 8 is here. When 30 seconds are given, I ask you, how do you read it? Do you read it by column or do you read it by row? How do you do it? By row. Okay, I need answers, Neha.
I go, so I'll start from places, place everything that is written in a row,
Okay.
and then to the next row.
Okay. Now, magical, Maria.
I would start with, well, of course, you're going to start with number 5, but of course, you know that you're waiting for a date. Number 6, so you have to be ahead of it, which is when you get your, what is it, 30 seconds or 1 minute where you can, between each one, and that's when you already plan out what you're waiting for in advance. So when it starts, you're all ready. So you know you're waiting for a date on number 5. Number 6, you know you're waiting for a name of a place, a proper noun, the same with number 7, a place. So, I mean, that's how we would do it. Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, you dedicated Dervinder, if I'm, correct me if I'm right in your, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Dervinder? Is it Dervinder, right?
There is only single R, so you can pronounce it Dervinder.
Dervinder. Okay.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I will.
Yes.
I will go with the row flow. For example, first the places, then the dates, then the number of seats and the optional extra.
Okay. And remember, you have 30 seconds only. Okay.
Yeah.
You have only 30 seconds. So when you are reading it by row, you need to always read the first row, because this number is not helping you, right? This number 5 is not helping you till the time you look for the title. This number is not helping you till the time you look for this optional extra. This number is not helping you till the time you read the title. So with every number, if you are like, you are trainers, maybe you have done a lot of practice on it. So in 30 seconds, maybe you can read and understand everything. But when the student will join, he or she will be new in it. So let them read it by column. They know all first is the place, all second is the date, because 30 seconds, how to use that 30 seconds. Okay, all next is optional extra. 30 seconds are more than enough. They cannot predict what is the place. They cannot predict what is the place. Answer is there in the audio only. So if they will read like this, okay, read by column, but listen by row, because answers will be by row. Answers will not come by column. Now listen like this. Okay, now you know that from here you will go to the next and you need a date and then optional then you need number and then optional extra. But if you will clap, same like the previous one, but what I said you earlier, if you will clap from question number 1 to question number 5 to 6, so you may write Hepworth Museum again here, that was already written, you did not notice. So that's why I said you earlier, and again telling you, when you are in section 1, stay with audio, don't go ahead then audio. If it is written here, it will be there in the audio. So when the audio is here, your pencil is here. When they are here, your pencil, your mouse key is here, you're here. So you will go with the audio, then you know what is missing. You need a lot of patience here. After 7, there is no question at all. There is no question at all. But if these words are written here, will be there in the audio as well. So never clap, never go from question number to the next question number, but go with the text flow. This is, I'm telling you, only for section 1, guys, not for section 2, because if you have sentence completion, multiple choice question, if you will stay with audio, you will stay with audio. They will say this is the end of the section. This is only for section 1, where everything written on the paper will be there in the audio, because you are just searching specific information. So the student will go like this. Otherwise, if you will jump from here to here, what will happen? Maybe you will write Stonehenge here. Why? Because they will say the optional extra is Stonehenge, and you will feel like I need something optional extra. You will write here. Ask yourself grammatically also, what do I need? Read what? Prediction. Read the newspaper, magazine, brochure, terms and condition. What to read? What is the word required here? Is it a noun or a verb or adjective? And then they said, and ask, you're looking for a name, but see, first name is already there. And surname is usually, if it is not a common name like Richard or Lucy or some common names are there, they will definitely, certainly spell it for you. And you need to write, if you will start writing Jane again, and then the main answer is missing. Don't fill the filled information. Okay, whatever is written, you will write, see what is written and what is missing. Then they say this is the end of section 1. You have half a minute to check your answers. Now you might notice that nobody is checking the answers. They directly jump to section 2. They think that if they are paper based, okay, whatever is missed, gone, okay, no problem. At the end, I'll get 10 minutes, so I'll see at that time. Do you think after 30 minutes you will be able to remember what was in section 1? This is what my recommendation only for section 1, that always check. You can still remember, but I don't say for section 2, 3, and 4, depending on the type of questions. Okay. Do you have any question, guys? And I hope you like my ideas. You tell me if you don't like it. Okay, stop me wherever you want to add your information into it. Give me advice.
Sure, we like it. What? Of course we like it.
Okay, should I proceed now?
Yeah.
So they will say this is the end of section 1. You have half a minute to read. Okay, check your answers. Check your answers. Then they will say section 2. Leave each and everything. Reach section 2. Listen, don't even read now. Listen, what is the section 2 about? They will say, now you have, they will tell you the whole situation. They will tell you who will be the person, what this person will be talking about. So your mind will become ready, because as I said, mental preparation is necessary. So when your mind is ready, then you will look here now. Now you have 30 seconds. Do you think 30 seconds are enough to read and highlight all these things? Because I have noticed students are highlighting a lot. They don't understand anything. Believe me, when they're highlighting a lot, they don't understand anything. Because sometimes you are reading only, you don't understand it. So when you have sentence completion, now there is another technique. I will not say you, unlike the previous section, that here stay with audio, don't go ahead then audio. Till the time they will not say Riverside Industrial Village, don't go to the next. No. Here it will be done in a different way. And what is that way? Auditory focus. Now what do I mean by auditory focus? I just let them give them not a lot of keywords. Okay, Riverside is written here, Riverside is written here. Only 2, or if you will ask me maximum, I will say 3 keywords that will let them prepare what is needed. Now let's say, I'll not highlight anything. Fuel such as. Now your mind will automatically make some assumptions. Fuel such as, give me the answer. Give me the answer. Tell me some words. Fuel such as, give me some examples of fuel.
Coal and
okay, what
diesel.
else? Yes, okay, what else? Give me answer so I can know that everyone is listening me.
Yeah, petrol maybe.
Petrol, okay, what else? Okay, if the question says food such as.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Rice,
some answers.
vegetables. Rice, vegetables.
Who is this rice? Most probably some Indian.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So
Rice
if
and
I
meat.
okay, if I'll play a 5-minute talk for you and I say, Saumiyah, this person will use one country name. You just focus on that country. You know what will happen? I'm just giving an example. You will disregard what that person is talking about. Your mind will automatically make some assumptions that Australia, Canada, some you're thinking, your mind is making a lot of country names. It's giving you a lot of options, isn't it? If I will say this person will use a color name, so your mind will automatically make some assumptions like black, white, pink. Your mind will give you a lot of options, isn't it? You cannot remember the whole sentence. If you will highlight this whole sentence, you cannot remember, but you can remember 2-3 words. I hope you're getting my point. So don't read overall. Let your students know that don't read overall sentence. It will not be spoken the way it is written here on the page or on the screen. It will not be spoken the same way. It might be paraphrased, but you are waiting for 2 fuel names. You are waiting for a person who lived in the area. You are waiting for a number over water powered mills 18th century. So you will disregard what that person is talking about or what the hell he is talking about. You will just focus on 2 fuel names, a person, and then a number. If you cannot remember all of them, at least 2 you will remember. If you are waiting for fuel names, coal, firewood, natural gas, whatever, but you heard something about a person like engineer, craftsman, something like this, it means this is gone from you. This is monologue. If it is section 1, there is a chance of repetition. One person is saying, what's your full name, Saumiyah?
Somathan.
And what's your full name, Devinder?
Devinder Singh.
Devinder Singh. Now we are 2 people talking to each other. He said Devinder Singh and I repeated. But what if only he is speaking? He will not repeat. So section 2, because usually it's a monologue. So once it's gone, it's gone. So if you're waiting for fuel names, but it is gone, you heard some person or you heard a number. So it means let it be, it's gone now. Go to the next and let them know that if 1 person is wrong, you are still on 9. Don't worry. 1 mistake is acceptable. If 2 wrong, no problem. Still you're in 8.5, because sometimes they keep on thinking the answer that is missed by them. Why did it silence? What should I consider this silence? You all are agree with me, or you disagree with me, or you like it or you don't like it?
Yeah, we like it and I agree with you.
Okay, so you will be just highlighting the keywords here, and then you will tell them, okay, if this is the sentence completion question, that how you will do it. And then next one is a plan completion, this is like a map also. It is given in 2 different ways. Okay, sometimes they give you to write letters. Okay, ABCD, plan completion when it is given. Okay, I'll just select any other book where I can find any plan or map, etc. Okay, I think I have seen here a map of with the letters ABCD, something like, yeah. Now see the difference. Here you are writing words and here you are writing letters. So when generally if someone is asking you a location, like you're standing outside your home, okay, Neha, you're standing outside your home, somebody asks you where is pharmacy, how will you guide? Neha, are you with me?
Yes, I'm actually
Somebody
here.
asks you where is pharmacy, will you say go straight ahead, turn right and left, or you will say go straight north and then turn?
No, we always give them a landmark, and then here
So
we have, for example, the grinding shop.
Prepositions. Most probably you will be saying go straight ahead, turn right and
Yeah.
left.
On the right of this or the left
Yes.
side of that.
So, but in IELTS, it's not like this. They're using 2 different ways. They either use north, south, east, or west, or they are using prepositions. How you will know, how your students will know that what language they are using today, because
So,
as I said, Right.
Yeah, I think if they use northwest south, then they always give that compass on the top of the map.
Yes, exactly. You will always see this. Now you have you might have noticed some students start searching A, where is B, where is C, where is D. They search like this. They're wasting their time. This is not their concern to search where is A, where is B. Their concern is to know where is the north, where is the south, where is the east and west. Okay, but they search where are the letters. If they know this, now as a human, you're humans, not machines, you're rolling your eyes on three different things. You're searching a bird hide, you look here also. Let them make it easy for them. Okay, if they are on paper based, they can write N north for them, W west, east here, and south here. So now they are searching, where is the bird hide? They said, it's on the west. They will disregard this portion. It's on the west. They will instantly look at their own letter that they have written for them. Okay, by the way, there are too many other things here, but in general you just let them know that if they're using this, you can make it easy. Even on computer delivered, they still have option to note, so they can make notes there. And if it is like this, because answers are always in order but questions are scattered on the paper. Now you see 14 is here, 15 here, 16 here, 17 here, 18, 19 scattered on the paper, but answers are always in order. So there is no problem in understanding that from where they should start, from top to bottom, from bottom to top, from right to left, or from left to right. They will always follow the question numbers. Now see, this question number is not helping you. If you've noticed here, what do you see? An article and a question number, an article and a question number. It's all same. Okay, Neha.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. I'll see you sometime soon. Thank you.
Okay, sure.
Bye-bye.
So this is how, bye. So this is how you will first see where are the question numbers. Then you will listen and see what is written and what is missing, because answers will always come in order. So first they will give answer number 14, then 15, then 16. Okay, they will go step by step. They will always say what is written. Maybe sometimes you don't see what is written. Let's say they said there is a grinding shop and you didn't notice. You have written a grinding shop here between engine room and the cafe. So you will see grinding shop is here between. So what is the other word? You will write like this. Okay, so how many question types, by the way? 2 sections only. I didn't say anything about the sections. I have just given you an idea that first let your students know about all the type of sections, and as Saumiyah said, that divide up into sections. First teach them only section 1. They will feel comfortable in section 1. They will feel like they know all about section 1, what type of questions there will be, how they will listen, how they will answer. Then teach them only section 2, and then all the techniques, all the type of questions with section 2. Then teach them third section. Step by step they will be improving. Okay, I have a class here also. I have to leave. I want to continue actually, but unfortunately I will not be able to continue long. Okay, if given a chance next time, I'll definitely share some other techniques for the reading as well and for the listening as well. But I hope what was my main point today was, let me summarize all the things together for you. What I want you, all of you guys, as a trainer, don't just play an audio and let them do by their own. Okay, when they are coming to you, it means they are dependent totally on you. Whatever you will say, they will listen, they will accept. They come like a plain paper, no information on it. So when they go to exam, the first test they're getting is listening. That is the most easiest test, by the way. The easiest test of IELTS is listening, because all the answers are there in the audio. But because they are in panic, they don't know what to do, so you will give them confidence by giving all the information about the type of sections, the people, the situation, the language. Teach them bottom up and bottom down both. Okay, like this. Give them contextual knowledge. Tell them what type of setting it will be. Systematic knowledge. Give them all the background information. Give them language knowledge, so they will be familiar with all the accents. So it's not always American, it's not always British or Canadian. They will come across a variety of accents. Their ears should be ready. Okay, and there are a lot of ways to make their ears ready. Okay, exact IELTS test practice test. Apart from that, you are giving them some activities to listen. I always start my listening class with a small talk from TED.com or TED Talks, or sometimes I play anything from YouTube, because I want them, I give them a warm-up activity that listen. Okay, when their ears are ready to listen English accent, then I give them the test. And when I'm giving them the test, I still search, what do they do, how they are doing it exactly, what are the common mistakes. It's not only to give them the score at the end, but the importance is what they are learning from that test. So if they will not improve, if they continuously doing practice, they will definitely improve. But how to do it, that is also important. It will become easy and the fast way. Okay, if you have any questions, you can ask me now. I'm done. I'll not take much of your time.
I really like
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
The idea that playing some audio before the test.
Mhm.
I would definitely add that idea.
Yeah, because instantly when you give them the test and the question paper, their mind is not ready. Till the time they understand what to do, the audio is moving on, and it is played once only. So if you will give a short, students are not coming on time also here in Dubai. I don't know. In my institute, they are coming 5 minutes late, 10 minutes, 13 minutes late, something like this. So what do I do? The students who are coming, they just sit and then I play that audio. So they keep on listening, whoever is coming. So at the end, I say, okay, not like a test. It's not a test, only a warm-up
Yeah.
activity. Okay. By the way, who is this? Is that Devinder?
Yes. It's the
Okay.
window.
Okay. Yes.
Iram,
Yes.
you don't, do you go through all that, what is involved in listening, the contextual system, systematic and grammatical with your students?
I don't literally tell them this is, I share with you. I just give them knowledge. I tell them that you should be familiar with grammar, what is
yeah.
required.
No, that's all
I
right,
don't-
because
Yeah, because they will not understand anything.
no,
If you will
that's
tell
why I had to ask you, because that's a
Yeah,
bit
yeah.
over the top. If it
No,
was for the
don't tell them.
student.
These are the things you will
No, I
not share
wouldn't.
with
I
Yeah.
actually, I would never do that. The other question is, there are actual IELTS listening with the different accents. And so, it's good to give them all the examples. So they're doing an IELTS listening with a Scottish, an Australian, a Kiwi, American. So they're all there online for them to practice to get acquainted with the different accents. So it's always good to
Exactly. I
introduce
do
them
agree.
to those different
Exactly.
ones.
Yeah. That's why I said the sound of words. They should be familiar. How do Americans say this? How do British say this? So they need a lot of ear practice. Yes, I do agree with you. Okay.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
That was very enlightening. You're a true blue teacher.
It's a lot for me.
Yeah.
Okay, any comments, any feedback?
Happy to
Okay.
have you here. It was fun listening to you.
Only fun, Saumiyah?
That's not a bad adjective. It
Okay.
means that I enjoyed it.
Yes.
It was
Thank
good.
you.
It was good.
Thank you.
It was informative.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Okay. Tima, maybe you're still taking your tea.
No, I finished. I'm done. Thank you so much.
You're most
That was
welcome.
informative, and I like your way of presenting the topics, and you're a good teacher, a great one.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Bye for now, because I have to start another class. I'm sorry, I have to leave.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Take care. Goodbye.
Bye.
So, Saumiyah, you're laughing from cheek to cheek. Are you going to carry on? You haven't finished yours, yeah? Ah, you're on mute. You're on mute. Tweety bird. You're on mute.
So sorry, so sorry. I just
All right.
realized it right now. So I was saying that in that case, I'll continue with the MCQ part because she has covered some of the questions and some of them are left. So I'll definitely cover that. So I'll just go with the MCQ and then maybe, yes, we can just call it a day or we can have a chit chat
That's
or
right.
anything.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're ready.
Yeah,
Okay.
just a minute. So these are the two question types which are actually left. Can you all see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, so when it comes to MCQ, I do tell them that there are two types of MCQs. So one is multiple answers and the other one is single answer. So to understand that, if you just look over here, choose two letters A to E. That's what they've written for the multiple answers. Now, when it's for the single answer, what they write over there is choose the correct letter A, comma B, comma C or D. So that's something that I show them as in like multiple and then the singular. Now coming to the MCQ question type, what I just tell them is if the sentences are short, read them out because you'll be able to do it within the time that's given over there. But if the sentences are long, do not try to read each and every option completely. Instead, go for the words that are unique in every option. So that's how you have a track on the audio when you're listening to it. So definitely every questions when you listen to it, you listen along with the audio. You should not be doing as if you're waiting for the answer. Instead, just go with the flow. As in when they start with the question, you will definitely understand with the words that they have in the question that they are speaking about this particular topic. And they are at this question. And then they are discussing all the options that they have. And what did they say about the option? So sometimes when they say an option, it's very definite for, I do tell them candidates that expect to listen to all the options in the audio that you see on the screen. So it's like all the options are there in the audio, but in a different way. They might make the answer wrong by a particular word or by connecting it to some other context. So you just have to be careful on that and keep eliminating when they connect their your options to some other context, which definitely eliminates the wrong answers. So that can also make you reach the right answer. Otherwise, when you listen to the audio, the first way definitely is listening to the audio and getting to reach the right answer. So when you're listening to wrong answers, you'll definitely, okay, that's not the answer. Okay, they said this, yeah, they said this in the same way. So that's the answer. So that's how I take them for the MCQ. Let it be the multiple answers question or the single answer question. It has to go in the same way. Now, if I just have to give an example, you can see over here in which, okay, one important thing, always read the complete question. Even if you have not read the complete options, it's just fine. But reading complete question is really important so that you don't miss anything as in like what is the purpose or what is being asked of. For example, this word agree over here. So something that being said should be agreed by these two. Only then the answer is going to get correct. There might be places when Jess is saying some of them and then Tom is just listening to it but didn't agree on that. So that definitely goes out of the question as in like that's a wrong answer. So this agree word has to be very clear. And then whenever it comes to any of the MCQ questions, what is the keyword as in what is the question? That should be very clear. So for that, You read the question completely, and it's okay even if you don't read all the options completely. You can just have a word or two, which acts as a keyword for you to let you know that, okay, you have been through the options. This is also for them not to panic, as in they didn't read everything. Because some candidates, when they try to read each and every option, they end up reading like half of it and half of them is left. So now they are scared that when I listen to the audio, I haven't read half of the thing, so I might get it wrong. So not to have that situation, better read the questions alone and just the words, like read between the words, as in like one or two words which looks unique, other than the words which is common in almost every word. For example, like by giving, by being. So these things I'll just avoid this and just go with like action plans. Okay, specific about outcome, video direct presentation, timeline, mind map. Okay, notes, more evaluative. So it's like I'll just go with main words in the option, and then when the audio starts, go with the audio, as in to understand where did they say these words or what did they say and where they exactly came about the topic on, like why, like which ways they decided to change their proposal. So that's for the MCQ part. 1 second. Just to show, since we all are trainers, we definitely know what is single answer MCQ. So just to show you here, this is what I meant by choose the correct letter, and it's like just one option. So this is single answer, and the other one was multiple answer. So in this case, again, when you have just one word or two word, you definitely can read the whole thing. But if it's getting lengthy and you feel you can't cover everything, just go for the main word. As in, see, you have a lot of common words away. The company has, the company is. So it's like, even if you read recently moved, no plans, move shortly. So that would be enough for you to connect them while you're listening to the audio. Just go with one or two word which you feel is unique among the options. So that's one stuff. Now, going towards the one which is, okay, this type of question, this one is what I meant. So I have two methods of doing it. Candidate can select any of the methods that they are comfortable with. What I just make them do is, while they have 30 seconds to read it, don't really read these questions because that's not really required. Instead, just read the options that's written over there in the box. And while you're reading it, just read it everything, and 30 seconds are enough to read everything over here. And then, as I said, two methods. First method is, while you listen, something as in falcon, you heard the word and then they start saying it. And we know that personal meanings is our heading. So whatever you get through the audio, as in this is a personal meaning, you can just write them down if you're not able to fetch them within that time from the options. Some are really good at fetching the options very fast, as in it's going and they're going to the next and they just know the words, they really know the synonym and they can just fetch it fast. It won't take them much time. So for them, it's totally fine. Others, when they feel any difficulty, as in they didn't find the word or they feel like they're just stuck and the audio is going to move on with the next topic, just write that one particular word in short, as in to understand later that what did you write. You should be able to understand what did you write. I never write the whole words, but yes, you should definitely be able to understand what you wrote, and then just move on to the next. And anything that you get directly, write them down. Anything that you don't get directly, you have the words. So once the audio is over, now I know that, okay, this is my word that I have, and what's a synonym or what's a word which matches to it, which is close to it, and then just make an answer. So that's what I tell them. So some of them really felt good, as in going with the second option, because they don't miss any of the options or any of the points in the audio. And some of them, they are still they still stick on to the option, as in getting direct A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, whatever the alphabet is, and write them down. And they don't feel comfortable in writing a word in between because they are just in a hurry and they don't want to really like miss any word while they are writing it. For me or some of the candidates, they are very fine with writing the word along with it because they are listening to it like in a relaxed mode. That's what I feel. Am I clear on what I just meant, this part?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, very good.
Now, something that's left is the section 4. Okay. So when I come over here, okay.
You're on mute.
I have no idea how did that happen.
Maybe it's a bird when you're not looking.
Might be. So I was saying about the part 4, the last session, that how do I go with that? I definitely come to the part 4 only after covering all the other sections and just making them comfortable with the MCQ and everything and with the pace, accent. So I come to the part 4. So coming to the part 4, I definitely let them know that most of the time it's played all together. 31 to 40, it's played all together. And you have a lot of text in front of you. So never think about the whole text that you have in front of you. Instead, okay, the tip that I was able to trying to mention is once or twice when you listen to these audios, you definitely know what the instructions are. So why not just use the time of the instruction to start reading? When they have this instruction part, just the only thing that you have to know is whether there is a condition where they said 1 word only or 2 word only. So just
Yeah.
go through that instruction on the screen or the paper that you have, and then start reading even when they are saying all the instruction and or details or backgrounds of that particular audio. So by the time they start, you would have at least been through two questions, and you have 30 more seconds to cover the other one. And then while reading this, better to just have a hint on the subheadings, headings and subheadings, and then the words which are before the blank and after the blank. You don't have to read the whole thing, but just go through the words before the blank and after the blank. So it's like here, I don't ask them to read each and everything what's written, directly go towards, okay, so stoicism, and then because of its dash appeal. Okay, and then ancient stoics, and then directly the second thing, the line which has the fill up, where I say like ideas are surprisingly well known despite not being intended for dash. So not being intended for dash. And then directly on the 33. So wherever the fill-ups are there, the blanks are there, I ask them to read that particular sentence if it's small, or just read the words, few words which you have just before the blank and after the blank. And you can relate a lot, as in what are you going to listen to. That would be more than enough, because when you listen to the audio, you are moving along with the audio. So when you're listening to the audio, you're definitely listening to the headings, subheadings, every line. Because when I play the audio, I usually underline for the first time. When for the first time when we are doing practice in our classes, what I do is, though the audio is being played, and though they are listening to it, I keep on my cursors underlining as in where the audio is. So they come to know that, okay, you have to go along with it, and this is where the audio is going. So you get it. Do let them know that it's going to be paraphrased. So do not expect any words which is going to become as same as it is written over there. You'll have to get the meaning and then understand that, okay, this is being said about. Not every words are converted. You'll definitely get the proper nouns and the heading, subheading in the same way that it's written on the screen. So that is also going to, sorry, 1 second, I'll just
It's all right.
so sorry.
Don't worry. Go for it. Answer it.
No, it's okay, that's not important, bro. So what I was saying is, once you have these proper nouns or the headings, subheadings in the audio, that's going to be in the same way, and that's definitely giving you a direction, as in the question has been covered or the next question is about to come. So all these lines that's around there is going to hint you that which question are they now, or which question are they going to go by now. So I think that's it. Like that's what I make them do through the part 4 and give them the practice. All the classes where we have the practice is done along with the student, because I do have a limitation of the hours. Like the number of hours that I have is less when we compare to the other hours like some people provide. So what I just do is I give them a lot of practice in the class itself, so that once their classes are over, they already know how to do it. And then it's like only once in a week they have practice sessions until they prepare.
So you've been getting some really good results with your reading, haven't you?
Yes, reading and listening both.
That's excellent, Saumiyah.
I mean, I think it's also because we do a lot of practice in the class itself.
Yeah.
Like and every time I do give them assignments, as in which questions, like if I have explained one type of question today, I'll give at least 10 to 20 questions as an assignment for the same question type. So it's like they're going one by one. So if it's true false not given today, tomorrow when they come for the class, or the day after tomorrow when they come for the class, they have already practiced true false not given alone. So there is no distraction, as in there is so much of things to do or something like that. And they do have their doubts for that particular question type. So cover them first and then go for the next question type. And we just have lots of practice in the limited number of hours we have. I feel like candidates do value it more when they have these limitations, as in like, okay, this many hours is what we have. And when we give a lot of hours, they kind of get lazy, as in, oh, we still have time. We
Yeah,
still have time.
it's human nature, eh? Human nature.
Procrastinate.
Yeah, oh, I've got a lot of time to write my essay. I'll do it later.
Seriously, now the way we are doing it, or the way institutes are doing it right now, at least for me, is that they have a fixed 1 week time for one module. So definitely they can't mess it up. None of the students are going to get absent or just miss any class, because they know that this is a number of class that they have.
Very good. No, I remember reading your post, and you had a reading, had she got an 8? One of your
8.5. 8.5 for the reading, 8.5 for the listening as well. And the recent one, she got a 7.5 in all the modules and 9 in listening.
Great.
Brilliant.
Well, like we as trainers definitely feel a lot good when candidates bring such marks.
It's like our success.
Yes, definitely. I was so happy. I was on cloud 9 when her father calls me and says like, she got this marks and we are just giving you this information for like to you for the first time. Like we haven't informed anyone. We just felt like we should inform you first, and then only we are going to inform anyone. They were so happy.
Yeah.
That is brilliant. Yep, the proof is in the pudding, you know. We can say and do all, but when you have students that are passing with a very good band score, you know you're doing something right, don't you?
Yeah, that's a right feeling. It's actually a right feeling, you know. Like with different candidates, we I think we all do not stick on to one perfect style of doing something, because when we get different type of candidates, accordingly we get into them. It's like we are like a water in that particular bottle, and we just try to make ourselves in a position which is more comfortable for that particular candidate. As in, like if I said for the one question type, I said like 2 different ways of doing it. So like some candidates find one method really good, so other candidates find the other one is good. So it's like we just tell them what all methods do you have to do it, and go with what makes you feel comfortable or what gets some more correct answers.
Yeah, that was great. So what you just showed us now is how you do it in your classroom.
Yes. I always run all the videos on my system, and they listen to it from my system. They have their headphones on. So we just make others mute yourself so that there won't be any other sound disturbance. And since I'm all alone at my flat, even if there's someone, I make sure that there is no sound at all. Like others has to be in the other room, and I'll sit in the hall to make sure that there is no sound, and it's only the audio of the like audio sound, audio for the listening. So it's like they do along with me, and once they are done, we check our answers all together. So it's like if someone has went wrong, definitely we do explain as in like what went wrong. Or sometimes when I feel this particular question was bit harder than the last one, I play it again in order to make them understand where did they go wrong and get their answers correct by themselves instead of me telling them the answer.
That's wonderful, Saumiyah.
Yeah.
What about you, Devinda? How are your students getting on in their listening and reading?
In the recent mock test, one of my students, she got 8.5 in listening.
Woo!
Wow.
Wow.
She really is brilliant. She is, yes.
Wow. That's
It's a
great.
lot of happy feeling when we listen to these points,
Yeah.
8.5, 9.
Really, really.
Makes us so happy.
Yeah, really. And I really appreciate her efforts also.
Definitely.
She
Yeah.
was like she never comes late. She comes right at 6:30 in the morning. But now I have changed their time, and now they come all the students at 2:30 in the afternoon.
Wow.
Uh,
That's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Saumiyah. You must be tired
Thank you,
now.
Maria. Thank you for giving the platform.
It was great. It was great having the two of you. You know, the thing about when you have two people, you can see everyone's different way of teaching, yeah? So
Yes,
if you had a
yes.
third one, you'd have the same. And a fourth one, you'd have the same. We're all different in our teaching.
Yes, yes,
But,
definitely.
yeah, but we all have the same goal, is to get those high bands, whichever path we use. So it was good to have the two of you. Yeah. Excellent.
How was your week, Maria? How is everything going on with you?
Great. Yeah, no, very good. Well, you know, I dumped the Egyptian, eh? Oh my God, I had never, oh, that's right, it's still recording, but I'd never met such an insolent child, you know. It's very sad. She's like 16. And I would never tolerate my children back chatting and being lippy to their teacher. I could never, but they wouldn't anyway. So I just think she was spoiled, and I blame the parents, not her.
Yeah.
She doesn't know. It's like, you know, I told the father, and right in the beginning, I said she's very lippy. You know,
No,
lippy, eh?
I was even thinking, did his father, her father, respond in a proper way? Did he said that
Well,
it was wrong?
he's very professional speaking because he's a doctor, but he always takes her case. I said to him right at the beginning, she's very lippy. And he said, oh, okay. But he didn't do anything about it because the next time and the next time and next time she was very lippy. So I was sad for her that she's going to go through life having a bit of a hard time because of how her behavior, and people aren't going to put up with it, and she's going to uni, you know. So I don't think it wouldn't have been me. She'd already got those habits from prior. Obviously she did it with her teachers in the classroom, but oh well, first time I've ever come across such a child. I'll tell you what happened though. Our first class, I picked up that she had a very rude behavior, Because when I'm trying to show her something, she always say, I know, I know. I said, what do you know? Yeah, I know that. I said, well, why has your father got me to teach you if you know? And then when she didn't know, she'd still say, I know. And I said to her, you have to learn to make know your friend. My children learn to make know their friend at an early age. When they make know their friend, they accept it when they don't get what they want. They have to know that no is their friend as well as yes is their friend. They're both equal. And the only reason no is their friend is because they learn that life is not fair. There's times when you will get a no and you need to embrace that no. So I try to teach her that. Oh my God. She didn't want any no's. She didn't want to understand how to make no her friend. It's a very good child psychology thing, you know, and they tell you that. I learned that when I started having children. I went and learned child psychology so I could understand them. And one of the things you learn is that you have to teach them that no is their friend. And so it's good, you know, they get a no, it's their friend. They're not going to go, you know, they're like, oh, okay.
That's a good trick, by the way. No is your friend.
You know, there's one more way, and they did this survey in America with children who were they were aged 10 and 11. And it's called the one lolly now or the two later. It's such a great concept. And they actually did an experiment and they followed these children right up to young adulthood. Now they recorded it, of course, with the parents' permission, and they had the children in the classroom and the teacher had a jar of lollies. And she said to them, you can have one now or two later. Now, half the class wanted one now and the other half wanted to wait for that reward of two. And the ones that were trying to get one now, the other ones were saying, no, wait, but they couldn't wait. So they took it. And they followed them through the young adulthood, like I said, and they found that the one lollies, they were managers in a restaurant, in an office, in a company, very good jobs. But the two lolly people owned the company. That was the difference. They owned the company, they owned the business. The one lollies worked for them. And I used that with my kids right up through. I taught them that. I told them about it. And I said, sometimes you have to wait because some good things come from waiting. You don't have to instantly want. And whenever they were having a moment, I'd say, well, are you a one lolly or a two lolly child? They say, two lolly. I said, okay, good.
Wow.
Great,
One lolly or two lolly charge.
I loved it.
Wow. Like
Yeah.
it's a fun way to do it. Like I can just feel the fun in that. At the same time, you're teaching them something and they're just learning it. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes I get smart and say, oh, you are one lolly or two lolly. But back when they were growing up, they were really good at that concept. And it just meant they couldn't get everything now. And in order to get ahead in life, they needed to study hard, get to uni, have a degree, and then work toward. Well, life isn't always about degrees. I don't believe that as well. They might be entrepreneurs, you know. People become millionaires without having to go through education. So there's many ways. Yeah, it's very good.
There are many who have not even completed their college, but they are good entrepreneurs. Like we definitely know many examples such. And it doesn't take all the education alone to be an entrepreneur or a successful person.
Yeah, exactly. exactly. I love that story with Ben Affleck and
Steve Jobs.
what's his friend that he always stars with? They were lying on the couch with no money, absolutely nothing, broke, stone broke. And then they went out and they started going for acting jobs. Well, you know, they became millionaires. But not that everyone's a movie, but if you just put your mind to things, you can do it.
Definitely.
Like Mahmood in his global university.
Oh yes, my God. Like kudos to him. Like lots of applause to him that he's really doing it. He's working hard for that.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's a trooper, all right. That one for his working.
Mm.
Yeah. So how's your work, Saumiyah? You have lots?
Actually less. I have less work these days. But yes, since I'm just busy with finding some like house owners to move in, it keeps me occupied. I'm really looking into a good like a place and something which is really affordable for me. Just want to look through the options that I have. So that keeps me busy. As in classes, there are comparatively less than what it used to be.
Is that
So
because
I'm
of
just
COVID?
might be. Like people are just procrastinating it, just do it after when they start getting time or get better job and then do it. Kind of they just don't want to spend money. Like they don't want to really spend money on this right now. So they're just procrastinating it. And
Yeah.
I definitely have to do my homework on getting some students, as in like advertising or do something, because I'm not really advertising anywhere.
Yeah. So do you want a shared, oops, do you want a shared, oh, what happened?
What is that?
Oh, who was that I just clicked?
We have Sally here, I guess.
Oh, Sally. Yeah. Hi, Sally.
Hello.
Hello.
You came back. Did you forget your bag?
Sorry, I have internet connection problems.
Ah, that was a joke anyway. You didn't leave your bag.
Mm,
So how are you, Sally?
thank you very much. And about you?
Yeah, fine.
I watch your teaching. That's very nice. Thank you. You and
Irum.
Saumiyah.
Okay. But didn't get that. You just joined, right?
No,
No, he
before
came.
that,
Oh,
I
you were
start-
there.
it's about listening.
Okay. Were you
Yeah.
hidden? How come I didn't see you?
I saw him. Well, I didn't see him, but I saw his name.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I actually missed it. I just saw him right now. That's when I realized, okay, Saleh is here.
Nice to meet you. It's my pleasure to see
Thank
both of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Saleh. All the attendance counts. We really wish like lots of trainers to join us, have these sessions, contribute.
No, in fact, it's my pleasure. In fact, it's my pleasure. And I have a question. How can I get videos, for example, if you capture these lessons?
There's a YouTube channel. There's a YouTube channel, GIT.
Oh, GID?
GIT. T for
T.
trainers.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Okay, we'll see if I can send you the link of that.
Yeah,
Bingo.
and this one I'll download some here, so it'll be on tonight.
Yeah, that's okay. I think he hasn't been through the videos that's there, that we had before. So I can just share him the link for of
Yeah.
one video that's we had before. So it's like he can just get to know that this is a channel.
Yeah, you know what I did? I added my Vietnamese class because I
Ah.
thought it's all part of a training, you know, and
Mhm.
it's quite interesting because you have students that you have students that are very hard to understand with their accent. Yeah, you know, Vietnamese, it's very thick compared to you guys or Arabs. So yeah. Now, what are you saying, Davinda? Okay, you have to go. Good night, Davinda.
Good night, Davinder.
Good night, Cherry Blossom.
That's a sweet name that is there. Cherry Blossom. Wow.
That's a nice name.
Hey girls, shall I invite both of you, Maria and Soumiyah, in official class in Iran? If you can introduce yourself, and I mean that if you have enough time, for example, I don't know, just for 30 minutes, if you have. It's my pleasure if you join us in Iran in official class in the university, and if you can teach, for example, I don't know, reading, listening, blah blah blah. It's no different. If you want.
Well, that sounds great for me,
I
Salah.
think we can give it a try someday.
What?
Yeah,
Yes, please say.
that sounds great. What day were you thinking of?
What time?
Well, time is like, yeah, because I start work from 1 to 7 every weekday, but the mornings I'm free.
It's a not big problem. We can set the time and match our time. For example, I don't know, this time is good. Your Zoom time, it's good. It's good for me.
On a Saturday.
Let me see and speak to my manager to set a time. If you have time and if you want, Maria and Soumiyah. But we have one problem in Iran. I don't know you know or not. In Iran, if you want to share your skin, you have to wear a scarf.
Yeah, we have to cover, yeah?
Yeah, Islamic hijab.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah,
What do you
because
think?
it's official, you know, it's official, it's for university.
Yeah,
Fatima knows that.
but yeah.
If you can come as a guest, you know, some of students, I know they would be pleasure, they would be enjoy to know your accents, to know your experiences, both of you, I mean. If you have time, it's my pleasure.
Well, sure, thanks. I'll have to say when.
We'll definitely make it happen someday. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. We can set a time for example, for the next week. Is it okay for?
What day?
I don't know.
Yeah, next week's fine. Just run it by us and I'll let you know, yay or nay, that suits, or It's soon till I have a class, so we won't know until you give the time and that. Yeah?
Are you okay? I don't know if you have time for Thursday is okay. I don't know.
I don't know about Saumiyah, but
Thursday,
Thursday, what
Wednesday.
time?
You don't have time?
No, I said what time?
Oh, what time? Let me to set another time. We can speak in chat in WhatsApp and set a time. Is it okay?
Because at the moment it's 9:30 in Iran, isn't it?
Yes, yes, exactly.
So it's 6:30 with me and it's 8:30 with Saumiyah.
Yes.
Oh, it's
Yes.
tough, yeah?
Well, 6:30. No, it's tough for you because you don't have students at 9:30, do you?
No, we have, for example, we have a students from 8 morning to 6 p.m.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all right.
So if I have to convert that to UAE timing, what timings are there?
You're only 1 hour behind him.
Okay. Okay.
No, are you? You're 1 hour? What's the time now, Saumiyah?
It's 8:30, as you said.
8:30. Yeah, you're only 1 hour behind.
Okay.
So that's not too difficult. I am 3 hours behind.
Oh, okay.
It's no problem. We have time. We can set a time and no problem. And if you agree with me, we can, you both of you, I mean, if you agree, you can teach speaking, for example, for our students.
Yep. Yeah, like 11 o'clock my time is 11, 12, 1, 2. So 2 o'clock Iranian time is fine because I haven't started work at 11. I start at 1. Every morning I'm free from Sunday to Thursday until 1, which is 1 is your 4. So it can't be 1, but 11 is 2, which is fine by me.
So
11
that's
in Iran time, in your
11 my time, 2 o'clock Iranian time.
Oh, okay. 2 is okay.
Yeah.
okay. So I'm just like half an hour difference from Iran. Yeah, that's
An
what I
hour.
have. Yeah, it's just half an hour difference. That means like 2 of Iranian is like 1 and 1:30 for me. Yeah. So 1:30 for me. Yeah, afternoons are free for me. Afternoons are totally fine. Like mornings and afternoon are totally fine for me. Evening is when I have classes. So I think the time that you said right now is just fine for me.
5 for you.
Yes.
Okay.
The one that Maria said,
let-
the
let
same
me
time works for me.
set a time initially with Maria, for example, for next week, and another week I will set with you. Is it okay?
Anything is fine. Or we can just go in together and she can speak and then I can speak something.
I try to have both of you, but if I can't, I have to set initially with Maria and then two.
Okay, no worries. Do let me know who the audience are, what the age group is, so that I'll definitely know what kind of conversation do I have with them. Because I've never had a conversation with an Iranian student but I'm not really much familiar with the way it is out there.
No, but you know, Saumiyah, they
Mhm.
have the same IELTS exams.
Okay.
Yeah, they have the same questions worldwide. It's just rotated around.
No, I was just thinking that it's exactly the IELTS class is what he's asking of, or a normal conversation, as in explaining them our experience, or just saying an outline of the IELTS is what he's asking of. So just trying to understand the audience, as in like which age group is in our front of us.
I think about topic. Thank you for mentioning it, Soumiyah. I tend to think about topic, daily conversations, or just speak about. I don't know if you have the better idea. Tell me. But I think daily conversation, or say
Oh,
about.
so you don't want an IELTS out speaking, you don't want out speaking, you want general conversation.
What's your idea? It's not different for me, because they come to class with a different English language base. You know what I mean? Maybe some of the students has, for example, IELTS 6.5. Some of has 5. I don't know. They are from
So
different.
you teach the mild, yeah? You're teaching, this is your IELTS class, yeah?
Yes, some of them.
Oh, not all of them are in the IELTS class. You have a mix.
Yes, yes. You know what? I mean about this class. I want to introduce yourselves. I want to introduce your accent, introduce your way of speaking to Iranian knows how to speak like foreign, for example, like you, Maria.
All
You know what
right.
I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I understand. All right, I get it.
I want
Fine by
to
me.
improve my students speaking. I want to improve their abilities, and I want to they know your abilities. Just this is not a tough. For example, IELTS speaking, just simple things, just daily.
I'll tell you something, Salah. What I
Yeah.
find that most students have a problem with, and these are the basic grammar. These are basic grammar, and one of them is the articles. They don't understand the difference between and the, and they don't know when you actually use it. So if someone said to them, do you want to go to a movie? If they don't know the article they won't know that the person asking them is talking about any movie. But if you say to them, do you want to go to the movies? Then the person asking has a specific movie they want to go to. Now, I find so many don't understand when to use the most basics of the 3 letters called the articles. Now, if you want, I could tell them about that, because I always think it's very important for their speaking. And even many trainers, they leave the articles out. They forget to say the and the noun. They'll just go straight to the noun. So it's actually quite a common thing, and it would be good to get it to the students at an early age. And I have some good worksheets, so it's not like just talking about, like it's the grammar rules. There are rules for articles, so you need to know when to use them. And you need to know what the person is actually relaying in the conversation, what they're actually meaning. And also, I can teach them that because it's only 3 words. And then I have worksheets to support what they've learned that they can do with the articles. That would be a good one. It's either articles or prepositions. Prepositions and articles are always an issue with grammar. And prepositions, you wouldn't have time because there's so many of them. But articles, there's only 3. So they'd be easy to, and simpler for them to understand.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's for me, in fact, it's no difference. If you want to say or teach, I don't know, prepositions and articles, it's no different. It's okay with me.
No, there's too many. How much time have I got? A week? No, it's I'm joking. No, keep it simple. You know, start with the articles because it's in their IELTS anyway. And if they're using it wrong in their speaking, then of course it's going to be exposed.
It's okay.
Yeah, what about you, Samir? You're on mute again. That bird has done it again to you.
The whole session I've been muting like multiple times and I forget it. And then all of a sudden I say, oh, I'm muted and I'm just saying so much. Thank you, Maria. Thank you. So what I was just saying is, listening to your article and proposition, I have another topic that I usually play as the first card when they come in, as in grammar class. I ask them whether I is plural or singular. I as subject is plural or singular. So that's something like they consider as like I is singular. That's what they say. And then like, what about you? You is singular. I said, what about we? We is plural. They is plural. And then I just tell them, okay, the word have, we use it with plural. Do I use has is a word that I use with singular. So do I say I has, or do we say you has? No. So in English grammar, definitely I and you is considered as plural. So that's something that I just go with the starting as in subject verb agreement. You know, when it comes to like she eats, he eats, and they get confusion in like he eat. Since I'm saying I eat, it's also he eat. That's what they think. So subject verb agreement is that I always start with when it comes to the grammar. And then go to these points that you said. Like when you said this, I kind of recalled that particular class of mine that I have fun with. Because you get all the participation, and when all of a sudden you tell them that it's not plural or this not singular, they kind of laugh thinking, oh, we thought it's singular, we thought it's plural. So it's a lot of fun in that.
Yeah, I mean, that is the basic structure of a sentence. So that would be amazing, Samir.
So maybe I can think about that.
Yeah. Well, good going, Salah. You've hired us free of money. Very good. I'm just joking. Anything for a fellow trainer. Anything.
You are the real magical Maria.
I don't know. Yes. Well, anything else?
I want to ask a question about IELTS. Which part of IELTS, I mean, listening, speaking, writing, or reading, which part do you think is tough? For me, writing.
Well, for others, writing, but it's my favorite. I love writing. You know, I just tell you something, I got a new job. Oh my God, no, there's so much reading and it's writing articles. You know study.com?
Haven't heard about it.
Haven't you? Well, they have about 5 million students a week that go onto the website. They're the students that are doing their degrees, certification, teacher certification, to do with education. So they search. Maybe they need a topic on why is a mountain, the bottom of a mountain shaped in a V. So they would, maybe that's their research question. So they search and then they find an article and they click on the article and at the bottom of the article it has my name, written by Maria Tito. I'm famous.
That's interesting. You were already famous, so that's not a new thing for us.
I wanted to be movie star famous, not writing famous. So yeah, it's good though. It's very mind-boggling. I really have to focus because they're so strict. Anyway, what was your question, Salah?
Which is the hardest part for you?
Oh, yeah,
as
yeah.
IELTS?
What do you think, Saumiyah?
I think he said the right answer for me. I definitely want to come up with a 8 in writing. So yes, writing is the toughest part because I haven't got an 8 in writing yet. I mean, it's listening and reading which always go until 9. And speaking, I have had candidates who went until 8, but not for the writing. So yes, writing.
Yeah.
Writing is tough, but as you say, Maria, when I writing something about exactly, especially for task 2 IELTS, especially for task 2 academic, I mean, when I writing something about, I don't know, global warming, I enjoy it. You know what I mean? I enjoy it. I enjoy to write about something. I enjoy write about scientific and yes, I agree you. I do love writing.
You know, the key is, and I think Saumiyah, you understand this, is to have a structure, a simple structure, and you can stick to it with all of the topics, all of the different, there's 5 different types of writing. Maybe the last one where it talks about where you have to write a report, what is it called? I don't really get a lot of those.
Academic?
Yeah, you know,
Academic, yes. Did
you got 5 of them. And
Report
then the
writing.
last- yeah. But like,
was it 2-part?
no, it's just a discussion.
Okay, okay.
So Salah, as long as you just get an easy structure and you stick to it, and you, in that structure is everything that is in the criteria, because that in the end is what wins you the score. It has to be in the criteria. Everything you do is for a purpose. So you don't just write da-da-da-da, you write it strategically because you're wanting to cover this criteria, that criteria, that criteria, and that criteria. For example, you're going to write complex structures. Why? Because it's in the criteria. So there's many things, as long as you get that structure and you know it and you can teach it, I mean, it's not difficult. Once you have that, it's easy. It fits into any topic that they give you. So that's it in a nutshell, really. Saumiyah, you found that, haven't you?
Yes, I have been following the five-step criteria that I've shared. And after that, I've always been with like sticked on to that particular structure, and I've made them write the essays with that. And I definitely take a class on simple, complex, and compound sentences, and ask them to make sure that they at least write 2 to 3 complex sentences consciously, so that they get it. And then just share some templates, as in what can you add or what kind of sentences that you can make in any of the topic, you know. So I've been doing some of the stuff. What I feel makes it difficult for me is sometimes a sentence which turns a lot complex, just in order to make good vocabulary, they end up using a lot of vocabulary in a single sentence and make the whole sentence complex. So it's like I just to correct them, as in like this sentence is not correct and this is a reason for it, and then come up with the next sentence. That makes something
Yeah.
like that's something tiring for me.
Yeah, you need to tell them a maximum of 3. And then once they know that, they won't be doing that. Because if you tell them it's a maximum of 3, any more than that, you'll lose marks. Because
Okay,
it's not,
okay.
it's too complex and it's complicated. Complexity equals complication. So just tell them 3 is the limit. Any more than that, your scores are going to go down. You're going to lose that fluency and that coherence and the flexibility of the writing. Yeah. Yeah, so that's
You know, recently I've tried explaining my candidates that the IELTS trainers take a maximum of 6 to 7 minutes to read your essay. They don't like sit there and just keep on reading one sentence again and again to get the meaning out of it. So it should be in a way that the first time they read it, they can really understand that.
That
So
that's so
Yeah.
true. That is so
Yeah.
true. And I tell you, when you're reading an exam, and the examiner should get it straight away. They should never have to go back and reread it. Once they do that, that means that they haven't understood. It's not clear. So you're right, exactly what you said.
Just trying to work hard on this part and get some good scores in writing.
It's great. That is great. All right, Salah, you're holding us up. What was another question?
There is no any more question.
Now, can you say that again? Because that was really bad English.
Could you repeat it again?
I said, okay, Salah, you're holding us up. Do you have another question?
No, I have no question.
No, I have no question. Yeah, you said, no, I have not any questions, something like that. All right, well, that's good. You good, you got it right the second time.
So we would set a time for class, if you agree. And if you, both of you, Soumiyah and Mario, if you have any pamphlet or some things about IELTS, new techniques, special new techniques, it's my pleasure to share it with us. I mean, I have some pamphlets about IELTS. If you have too, we can share it with each other. I like pamphlets. I like books. You know what about me? Most of the times I go to bookstore and buy some book, but unfortunately, sometimes I won't read. In other words, I mean, I addicted to buy books.
Yeah.
I don't know it's good or not.
What kind of
It's-
books?
There is no difference. Just for example, I buy this book.
Michelle Obama.
Becoming.
Ah. All right.
Becoming. It's a very good book for for women. I don't know you read it or not, but it's about White House. It's about Obama family, and it's about a tough woman. I like it, but I'm sure girls like it more.
You mean a tough man?
Tough woman.
Just didn't wanted to interrupt him while he was saying it. That's the reason I was just typing it. I've got a session at 9, so I'll have to leave. So sorry about that. So
Thank
good
Yeah.
night.
very much, Saumiyah.
Thank you, Maria.
Have a
Okay,
good
night.
Saleh. Thanks. It was nice talking to you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
bye-bye. Bye, Betty.
Oh,
Bye.
you want to see the birdie? I was actually feeding her right now.
Really?
Yeah, she just had her food and she's sitting right over here. 1 second.
What was her food?
She has a Harrison feed. There you are. So
Oh my
Harrison
God.
food feed. So that's what she ate. Like I make balls out of it. That's oh, it fell down. So that's the powder that I have to mix with water and make balls out of it. So that's what she eats.
What a life she's got. She won't ever want to fly away.
She just wants to play right now. You know, she is done
Her
with her
life
food.
is
And she
too
just wants to play.
good.
Yes. Want to eat?
Maria, bye.
Yeah,
Good
bye,
night.
Saleh. Thank you. Let
Thank
us
you.
know.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
See you soon, Maria. Good
Yeah.
night, Saleh.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Saumiyah. Bye.